Alright, welcome back to the Fight Talk. My name is Chris and today I am joined by Fox, the Big Daddy G. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good because my guy is back at a Misfits event. It's been literally like 2 or 3 years. So
Mate,
it's about time.
you're the first interview I'm doing after almost a year. I think over a year now.
Damn. Well, I'm happy. I'm glad.
Yeah. Well, look, what do you think of the press conference? You just had it. Obviously, your boy Salt Papi against Tony Ferguson. How are you feeling for that?
Yeah, I'll tell you something, man. I think Salt is... actually, people think he's going to win. People think he's going to win, but he's going to prove everyone right then, I guess. You know, Tony's a great fighter, but I think his time has ended and Salt's time is now, you know?
I think Salt Papi's going to do an absolute demolition.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think Tony Ferguson's a bit towards the end of his career.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people were critical of him fighting. But look, we got Darren Till also fighting Luke Rockhold. That is crazy. What do you make of that?
Till all day, man. Till all day. You just saw it from the press conference there. I love Darren Till. He's a real entertainer, but he's also got the hands. So, yeah, he's exactly what we need on Misfits. And you know, I think he is one of the few names from professionals that actually give respect to the scene and give it hope. Yeah. And I like that about him. So I'm with Till all the way.
Fair enough. Now, what do you think of Warren Spencer versus Dylan Dennis in an MMA fight, the first MMA fight on Misfits to happen?
You know what? I'm happy that my guy. I'm happy that Dennis is on Misfits again, and I'm happy that he's having an opportunity to showcase his skill set, because usually he's coming in here and boxing and doing stuff that he isn't known for, but he's known for grappling. So I respect Warren for taking it, but I think that they're trying to get Dennis a win here.
Yeah. Do you think he'll win?
Oh. Yeah, I know he'll win. I mean, let's be real. Like, all respect to Warren, but I mean, Dylan is just gonna take him, I would imagine, to the ground and probably submit him very quickly. That's what I would imagine.
Would you like to see McGregor in the corner? Do you think it will happen?
Yeah, I mean, if McGregor's available, that would be huge.
Imagine McGregor and Tate in each corner.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, it's Misfits at the end of the day. You never know what to expect. Tate's allowed out of Romania now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So, look, it could happen, man. It could happen. I think if it did happen, all eyes would be on. I'd buy the pay-per-view just for that, Yeah,
fair enough. And look, KSI, we haven't seen him in the ring for I think it's almost going to be 2 years.
Yeah.
It's mental. His hand was broken. But when he does come back, who would you like to see him fight? Or would you not like to see him fight at all? Do you think he should, just call it a day?
No, I mean, it'd be a shame if he did all this and made a big comeback just to not fight Jake. I think that has to happen. But I also don't know if he can go straight to Jake. Not even just because of maybe needing it for himself, but also just for the fight to make sense in Jake's eyes. Because Jake's calling out guys like Anthony Joshua. I think KSI needs to make another statement, and I think he's getting ready to. Maybe one of these MMA guys. I mean, I don't know. He could take on Luke Rockhold. He could take on I was gonna say Till. That'd be a big fight.
Yeah.
Darren Till, but they seem to be friends. But you know what I mean. There's all kinds of names. They're getting plenty of UFC guys. So some of them.
I mean, look, speaking of Jake, he's called out Anthony Joshua, and somehow that fight is looking like it's going to happen.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, look, I think you look at guys like Eddie Hearn, the promoters. If it makes money, it makes sense. And a couple of years ago, it didn't make sense, but now it's kind of undeniable. Jake Paul, whether or not you want to list him as one of the best in boxing, which I mean he clearly isn't, right? But he's doing well for himself, and at the end of the day, he sells pay-per-views, he makes money, there's eyes on him. If it makes money, it makes sense, like I said, I think that fight will happen, and I think it'll happen probably late this year or sometime next year. I'm very confident of it.
And where do you want it to happen? Wembley Stadium, one of the biggest, Madison Square Garden?
I think it has to be in the UK.
Yeah.
I think it has to be in the UK. I mean, obviously Anthony Joshua is going to be A-side, like without question. And I think that for Jake, it'll just be a good thing for him to be a part of. Like he's going to make what, 100 mil, something like that.
Something like that.
Bro, come on, man, come on.
But yeah, look. Most importantly, your run on Misfits has been absolutely crazy. All right, and I can't wait to see who you fight next. Can we get any little spoiler as to when you're gonna fight next and who you would like to fight?
Listen, there's a lot of guys that I want to fight, and that's the question I can't answer. Look, I'm looking at all these guys. Obviously, I've just beat Waleed. There's names like Dean out there.
Well done, by the way. I hadn't seen you since that Waleed fight. Fucking incredible, man.
No, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It was a good performance. I think I showed that I can box as well as get the KOs. So I'm looking at Dean. Obviously, much respect to him, but Lil Cray Cray as well. He's holding the belt. But then there's also other names that I wanna fight. You know, I don't think I have to rush anything. You know, there's Dave Fogarty out there. There's many other names that I could fight, and for me, I want to fight as many times as possible. Not only this year, but just going forward. So whenever I get an offer, I'm out. I hope to be out after this show. Whatever the first show is after this, I want to be on that.
Fair enough. Now look, in Misfits, the impossible has become possible for many fighters. We've seen it with Salt Papi. Papi is now fighting Tony Ferguson. If you could have one dream fight, who would it be?
Oh, what, for me?
Yeah, for you.
Man, I don't know, because it's hard to say without sounding delusional. You know what I mean? Maybe,
But sometimes you need a bit of delusion in life to get where you want to be.
Maybe like 5 years down the line, maybe if he's out the UFC, maybe someone like a Sean O'Malley could be interesting. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Both got the cornrows going. That kind of fight interests me, especially because he's actually a striker. He's not just, you know, like a grappler or something like that. I'm not gonna call out like a wrestler. If I was to ever do I guess all my fights are gimmick fights, but you know, if I was to do something like that, I would want to do it against somebody that genuinely could hold their own in a boxing ring, and I think Sean could do that. So
Fair enough, you heard it here first, Fox. Absolute pleasure to have you back on the channel. First interview back in almost, I think, 2 years now.
that's crazy.
I appreciate you so much.
My guy.
My guy.
My guy.
Have a good one, man.
Nah, thank you.